Really got to be the first moment that I've had any peace since I've arrived in Bali. Really, I think being in Canggu was probably, I mean, I'm still there at the moment to be fair, but it's probably the biggest challenge thus far. The noise level of Canggu is like turning your radio up to a 3, a 4, something like that. A constant noise, a constant buzz, and you can't hear anything. You can't hear yourself think. It's literally mind numbing. It really is. Welcome everybody to Bali. This is Alila. Alila is a beautiful hotel where I've just come to get some peace, and I actually decided to have something to eat here, which was absolutely lovely. They're award-winning chefs, so it was only rice and vegetables, but it was cooked so well. And they give you a starter. It looks like a boat, size of, well, huge, and there's 12 complimentary little bites. No, they're all kind of different. It starts from not hot to very hot, and then on the other side it's all, you know, it's just lovely. It's all lovely. It's all kind of textures, all flavors. There's vegetables, there's sauces, but sauces with vegetables in them. There's fruit with sauces, and that is so beautiful. It was so nice. No meat, no fish, just all, I guess it's the chef's samplers, I guess you call it. And you eat it with prawn crackers, or their local crackers, which are both really nice. Starting to sound like a chef critic, right? Food critic. But it's beautiful, and the rice was cooked lovely. Vegetables were beautiful, and I couldn't eat it all. This is one of the most expensive hotels in Bali, I believe. A couple of thousand a night. So the food cost me 550,000, which is around 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, around 30 euros. Around 30 euros. So well, even here people was quiet. So I was gonna talk about something, and I think it's about time I start to mention this now. And it's an invisible energy, an invisible force. And I guess the amount of clients that on a daily basis contact me, friends, clients from past, literally hundreds a month. I think I've come to an understanding now that with all that happened 4 years ago, and all that is happening to this day, whether it was a doctor pushing you to do something that they knew perfectly well was an experiment, and they were doing it because of the price of their soul, selling their soul, it made me really come to understand something, that I think the theory that I've come up with after working as a healer, that theory seems to be more and more credible. And there are souls in this world that live this life from a child to an adult, and inside they're not like you and I. They may go to school, they may go to college, they may go to university, they may then get a job, and whatever their they're fighting with, whatever they're holding back, was revealed, in my humble opinion, not just men, women as well, was revealed in a way that how can a human being force another human being into doing something, knowing full well that there wasn't any evidence to say that this was going to heal and help anybody. And the more you look at it, the more you try and justify it, the more you try and say, well, it was because he believes in the medical industry and he's being brainwashed. I actually wonder, because I saw a lot of doctors were really enjoying this behavior. I saw nurses with the same behavior. I saw mums and dads with the same behavior, to a point where there's something wrong with this person, mentally wrong with this person. Why are they behaving like this? Why are they not actually listening to people saying, look, I don't think that these experiment drugs are going to help in any way, and I have an awful feeling that I think there's something really sinister and bad with this drug. And hey ho, roll on 4 years, 5 years, we're here today, and now all you're hearing is the weakness. Let's just say now you can clearly see the revelation of what I'm saying. Those that pushed, those that screamed, those that fell out with their family with anger and disgust, those that hated us and still do to this day, even though it's now a huge revelation that people are dying because of that jab. People are getting long-term side effects more than ever before. People literally are dying sudden deaths. And although they still pretend and they still turn a blind eye, they still say, sorry, I didn't hear that. I have to ask myself, are they really human? Are they like you and I? Let me just ask you something. If you did something to somebody and not knowing that whatever you did was going to cause harm to that person, and you found out that you caused harm to somebody, let me ask you, how would you feel about that? I know how I'd feel. I wouldn't be able to sleep on a night. I'd be looking for forgiveness. I'd be saying, I'm sorry, I can't believe I did that. And I feel almost, not just guilty, but I feel like I've done something evil. Now I ask you the same question to those that pushed, those that were angry, those that called us, those that were saying that we should be put into camps and forced or stuck in a house, that you weren't allowed to do anything unless you took this jab. I ask you, is that human? Was that human? So my point I'm trying to make is everybody in this world from the same home world as you and I? Or could it be my belief, my philosophy, my understanding through all the thousands of hours I've worked with clients, that we're not all the same in these bodysuits? That some have come from a place of anger, rage, low frequency, low energy, that they feed from causing pain and suffering. Those that want to push and hurt and slap and cause damage because they feed from that. There are people in this world that do nothing but cause harm every day. They spend their day trying to hurt people, trying to make them feel bad. And when it's a normal day and they haven't hurt anybody, they're frustrated. They're angry because they're not feeding their consciousness. Just like you get upset when you don't do good, when you don't make a difference, when you don't be creative, when you're just a bum and you sat down doing no, you get angry. You get angry because your consciousness is saying, hey, You're not here for this. You're here to love, to be kind, caring, sharing, giving. So my truth is that 4 years ago until this day, what we've seen is the real truth of what's inside these spacesuits. You shall know them by their fruits. You shall know them by their actions. And I know them now. And no matter how much they try and backpedal, lie, pretend it didn't happen, I know who you are now. And actually, I don't want to be anywhere near you. And I'm starting to understand more and more that the energy that is surrounding this globe, and I'm now in Bali, I know the difference 10 years ago to now. And the energy that I feel wherever I am in the world is the same. And it's really been a hard pill to swallow to understand this and to make sense of it. But the frequency in this planet is no longer of high love vibration. No matter how many people say to me, but Mark, it's all about you and it's what you do and how you should shine the light. I do every day, but I'm not stupid to the energy that I feel around me. And the energy that I feel around me is that I am living in a world of zombies. I'm living in a world of people full-time on their phones. They're just walking, eating, sleeping, working. They know nothing about the moment. They are not connected whatsoever. They're angry. I am seeing anger like I've never seen before. And I'm not talking about you when you get angry at what you're seeing. I'm talking about just there is a disconnect. So you cannot argue with these people because there is no consciousness guiding them anymore. And the guidance of whatever that consciousness was prior, it's elevated to its trueness. So you've got people who are jabbed, who are good, kind, caring souls, who are disconnected, severed from their consciousness, and now they're angry. They get very aggressive. They get depressed. They go through lots of horrible thoughts and feelings from day to day, which they didn't prior to the 4 years ago. You've got monsters who are in this, I've noticed, thriving in this new energy. Monsters that are thriving, that are manipulating the world more, which the devil always wants. So those who are growing in fame and fortune, it is because this world is now giving them the knighthood, the bonuses, the wealth, the abundance, because of what they're saying or doing or driving the AI technology to a new place of evil. I asked my phone the other day a question. I asked my phone if parasites within our body are connected to AI technology. And it said, that is a very interesting question. And it mentioned symbiotic. I actually have come to understand now that AI technology is connected to parasites. And they feed from one another. And I felt that. I felt that my consciousness tells me to clean my body all the time. Stop eating meat, stop eating, just be careful, cleanse, clear all the time. Not just for the sake of what I was mentioning with the other day with 5G and what it could do to us, this microwave planet that we're on now. But the fact that if I was to put a percentage of people who are now driven by parasites in the brain, I think it's really high. And I think this symbiotic energy, this body, which is a host, not only for your consciousness, but for these parasites, have some kind of symbiotic, some kind of connection with each other, that they're feeding off one another. and they're causing humanity to turn into something else. We are no longer the humans. We're a different species now. Look at the children. We're a different species. We're not the same anymore. We do not fit in this world anymore. We do not. Like, when was the last time you saw anybody just sit and close their eyes and just be at peace? Everybody is just, it's like artificial intelligence has taken over people to become permanent robots. There is no moment. There is no flow. It really is becoming a double AI and human body interact as a robot. So that's what I'm seeing from day to day. Long gone is the day of where people connected really lovely and chatted and had conversations and, you know, just felt a lovely connection. Long gone. Because there's something in this energy frequency in this world now that is stopping people from connecting. And it makes sense. If you are a monster wanting to control the world, this is the next level of enslavement. It makes sense. They're going to try and stop us from connecting to each other with our consciousness and our love. So they've been after our consciousness for years. They've been after our souls. So what we're seeing is living, walking zombies, soulless. So there's so many things happening at once. And I'm recognizing this more and more, and I'm seeing people are losing the plot. People are actually, I once said mental health. It's not mental health. It is a disconnect to the consciousness. So, and nobody really pays attention to anybody else. Like these people shouting now, they're just shouting. There's no compassion. There's no, show respect. There's no, just somebody else is over there. Might be, let's just be a little bit quiet and respectful. It's all gone. That you can't expect anything from people anymore in general because they're not human anymore. Something has happened. Something has changed. It is a brave new world. It is a brand new world. And I know some of you will understand this because you're sensitives. And the sensitives are the ones who are feeling and understanding and seeing this. Everybody else who are not sensitives, who come from a different place in the universe, they don't, this is their heaven now. This is heaven, their heaven. This is their hell on earth. This is what they want. To kind, caring souls, this is becoming hell. That's what I'm seeing every day. Whether you believe me or not, I don't know. It's just my thought. It's just my feelings at the moment. But it is challenging. I think challenging for a lot of people in this world. And let me tell you, I'm in the most beautiful place in the world. And I am still feeling it. I'm still feeling the energy. It isn't where you're from. It isn't just America. It isn't Spain. It isn't England. It's everywhere. It's a universal new AI frequency that is causing an effect on all these bodies that we are in residence in. And our consciousness is trying to tell us something is very wrong in the energy. People are now realizing that eating patterns, sleeping patterns, body clocks, all your body clocks are not functioning like they did. Something has happened. And when you smile and you bow or you praise Elon Musk, for what? For his satellites that are beaming down frequencies over us, for your governments that are allowing all these 5Gs all over, everywhere in the world. This isn't about a fast connection. This has got nothing to do with wherever you are in the world. My AI Starlink technology, you'll always have high Wi-Fi. That's all bullshit. It's the biggest trick in the book that they do. That's the sleight of hand. They tell you what they want you to think is important while they're doing the thing that they're really doing. They are changing humanity. They don't want our consciousness to be in control of our body. They want AI technology to be controlling all of us. And the only way they can do that is change the frequency in this world so that we become walking antennas, and we then are basically, we're receptors for the frequencies that then tell us what we can do, what we should do, what we shouldn't do, what we should think, what we should buy. We are robots. We are just consumed by these monsters. There is no more free will, because what free will you think was just a manipulation by the very darkness that is trying to control us all. And we need to be aware of this. So there you go. That's what I think. Daily I try and meditate. Daily I try and keep myself cleansed and clean in my body. I work with crystals daily. I cleanse myself with aura sprays. I never used to do, but because I made my own, I do. I work with sage every day, Palo Santo. I work with certain crystals. Sit is fantastic. I've got MOLDAVITE on because I was doing some. I'm actually about to do some meditating here because I can't do it anywhere else. So when I've switched off, I'm going to sit over there and meditate for hopefully 45 minutes. And then, meditation is the only form of connection these days, guys. If you want to connect to yourself, you need to sit in peace and silence. You need to switch your phone off. You need to meditate and let your consciousness come forward through into this spacesuit and this brain, this tool, these eyes, these ears, the senses. We need to connect to our consciousness. Everybody that I speak to thus far here, I'm just speaking to a body, a brain that has a computer that answers me. I haven't met anybody on a soul level at all. And that is what's frightening, because I think that is the end goal of darkness, of the New World Order, of the Klaus Schwabs, of the Musks. They're all wanting us to get out of our consciousness and get into the brain so that they can control us through the brain, so that they can feed us whatever they want to feed us. Literally. Be aware of it, and don't let your phone take control of you. I'm wishing you a lovely day. Take care of yourselves. Bye for now. Food for thought. That's all.